I think I'll need my glasses as I'm a little older than some of you in the room. You have this to look forward to. Please also forgive my voice. I don't know how I managed to get a summer cold. We've barely had any summer. Mr. Pro Vice-Chancellor, firstly I wanted to say what a great honour it is to receive the doctorate. Recognition in the city that has been my home since 1974. And as you heard from my introduction, I became an MP because I was making up the numbers, so we had a choice of women candidates, not dissimilar to Jeremy Corbyn, really, in the sense that Jeremy originally stood to broaden the debate in the Labour Party, and he freely admits was somewhat surprised by his election. I suppose the conclusion we need to draw here, and my advice to you, is be very, very careful what you volunteer for. You never know where it might end up. Now, politics has always been interesting, and I'm fascinated by it. It's about people. But I think it's true to say that politics in the last year has been truly spectacular. And I stand here with some trepidation in case in the hour or so that we've been in this magnificent hall, some other announcement has overtaken what we all understood to be the current reality. But I wanted to say firstly, in just 2 days, 183,000 people joined the Labour Party, in just 2 days. By contrast, the total membership of the Conservative Party is 150,000. Labour Party members now number over 500,000, doubling in a year. Now, some would have us believe that these new members are all friends of Jeremy's personally and rushing to his aid, and some may be. But the truth is that they're people who want to see a change, an inclusive society. They want to see economic and social justice. They want to see an alternative to austerity. Although I note, according to Theresa May, we're all against austerity now. It does make me wonder what the whole point of all the suffering and pain has been since 2010. But you see, what's really important in politics is to understand people and to understand how they interpret our words. For example, many people who are disadvantaged interpret the sentence, living within our means, to actually mean, you at the back of the queue have got to stay there. They know it's code for more cuts in services and cuts which undermine their life chances. When I started out, like you are today, a long time ago, some 40 years ago, I believed passionately, and I hope you do, that we can change the world, that the quality of life, our opportunities, and our ability to improve the world is central to everything we do. Decent homes, decent pay, national health service, education for all, the environment, supporting the frail and elderly, harnessing technologies, embracing the world and internationalism. But today, millions feel that society doesn't work for them. They're excluded, ignored, and they think there is no way out. They have no hope. And I'm afraid they look to alternatives. Alternatives like Brexit, which is such a challenge and to me personally, such disappointment. Because those people didn't see the European project was working for them. In the same way that the Scots didn't accept that the Westminster model was working for them. In politics, it's fashionable to assume that MPs are on the make. that everything is clear-cut, you're either for us or against us. Unfortunately, failure to listen to people's fears and concerns and then write them off as reactionary has meant that millions of people feel they have no voice. And if we're to overcome the challenge we face, we need to listen to what they're saying. We need to understand their fears, not dismiss them. Because by not listening, we fail to understand what we have in common, and therefore we are unable to build on that strength. Instead, we're in danger of dividing people by stereotyping them one against another. Opportunity in this country is still stifled for those who come from economically disadvantaged communities. The relationship between poverty and good education is almost as strong today as it was 40 years ago. We need to remind ourselves, those who don't come from privileged backgrounds have the capacity to contribute just as much as those who do. Not providing everybody with an equal chance is a waste of talents and energy, and frankly, economic madness. Now, you may recall that Bill Clinton famously said, "It's the economy, stupid," when he was providing focus for his presidential campaign team. By all accounts, he was right, and he went on to a spectacular victory. As you look forward with your hard-earned degrees behind you, you will no doubt be thinking about how you can put what you have learned to the best use in life. Whether you end up in manufacturing, the media, a laboratory teaching medicine, or heaven help you, politics. Whether your career you plan to follow, or maybe you still haven't made up your mind and haven't really a clue what you're going to do, it doesn't really matter. You'll want to succeed. You will want to make the organisation, the institution, or the business you end up in successful. If I've learned anything in the course of my time in frontline politics and public life, it's that each of us should never, never underestimate our own capabilities and never stop encouraging others to realise theirs. As an individual, you can do much, but you will achieve more if you're able to inspire and unleash the talent and energy of all the people around you. Forgive me for amending Bill Clinton's phrase, but actually, it's the people stupid. In a fast-changing world, we need to be able to address how we can prosper, be safe, and secure. What is the balance between the autonomy we desire and the cooperation that we need? The status quo will not do. It's been a very long afternoon. I'd like to congratulate all of the graduates on their fantastic achievement. And I'm sure, frankly, you would like to get out of this hall now, have your drinks, parties, and celebrations. And when it's over, I hope that you will rededicate yourself to shaping our future in this world in positive values of equality, justice, and security. Good luck. You're going to need it.